Well, I have my scattered notes as usual. I did want to mention that obviously we're going to continue to have earthquakes here in Virginia because North Anna also is in the Virginia seismic zone. November 9th, we had a 2.2 in Cumberland, which is not too far from it. And then November 21st, we had a 2.6 in Abingdon, which is near the North Carolina border, but it stretches on that whole mountainside. So North Anna is going to continue to be a problem because it also sits on a known fault line that says it's inactive, but you know, things can change. So I think there's always going to be a concern there. It's also a concern with the earthen dam there that holds up the lake, and I think that's going to have to be looked at. So there's a lot of safety issues besides clean energy issues, because clean energy should also have the word safe. And I'm not sure how safe we're going to be long term with these aging plants and the location, especially North Anna. Besides that, I want to say that this summer, and still I haven't read anything as of yet, we've had a continuous algae bloom up at North Anna. I actually have friends that live there, and they're kind of annoyed because they're toxic. They're toxic to wildlife, they're toxic to people. And last update I got was that it was still in place of November 10th and included Upper Pamunkey Branch, including Terry Run and North Anna Lake. So it seems to be pretty pervasive. And then one can't help but ask, when you look at the North Anna's Dominion's wastewater treatment facility, it's been running way past normal. Today, 12/2/21, the lake temp is 55 degrees, and already this morning, they're putting out discharge water is 82.4 degrees. So, I mean, we're talking about, what is that, a 27.4 degree difference? I mean, so maybe it's playing into some of the algae bloom stuff. I'm just saying it's running really high, higher than I've seen it usually. So I think that's an issue. This industry bases itself, when it comes to environmental issues, as ALARA, as low as reasonably achievable. So this industry needs to stop pocketing the money in areas and maybe invest in where they can do a little bit better than achievable. Because all you got to do is pull up Dominion Energy's North Anna Power Station Radiological Environmental Monitoring Program from January the 1st, 2020 to December 31st, 2020. And just go ahead and scroll on down and go to page 72 to 77. Because what you're going to find is the different agencies that are looking at different quality controls, be it soil, water, air, we've got some unacceptable levels. And I wanted to mention this whole thing about CO2 emissions, when talking about the clean energy plan. It's got to be more than just CO2, it's got to be emissions, because every nuclear power plant releases on a routine basis radiation, either through effluents of water, air, particulates, etc., and not even talking about the back end of forever waste storage. And all the energy it takes to do the overpacks and everything else. So trying to promote nuclear energy as a clean energy source is ridiculous. It's an impediment to true clean energy where we need to go, solutions. So I think we're going to find in the long term, we're going to have more and more problems with these plants because you're not going to be able to manage the miles of piping underneath and the corrosion issues, and they're always digging wells at North Anna because tritium pops up here and there. And when you see Na, they're not monitoring for other radionuclides. Those are just tritium wells, I found out. So there's a problem. And I think basically if you scroll down to, and this is from the Department of Energy and several other agencies, so it's not just Dominion doing the monitoring. Y'all gotten warnings, underwater, warnings for iodine 131, GRB, GRA, sorry, I don't even know what that is. I'd have to look it up. I just happened across it. Vegetation. ZN65. That's a warning. CR90. Vegetation cobalt 60. Cobalt 57. Cesium 134. And let's see, what else do we have? I'm not sure what AP is, but those samples came in bad too. For uranium 234 and uranium 238. I'm sorry. If y'all want to sit here and say how clean nuclear energy is, you guys got a serious problem. Because the issues are, those people around North Anna don't only have just a bloom issue. I think if the studies ever were really carried out, we're going to find more cancer around these places. And to top things off, to make them even worse, is this whole thing about removing the sirens, the emergency sirens around our nuke plants. I was here during our earthquake at Walmart. No one could use their cell phone. Nobody. Nobody. For like 10 minutes. So you're telling me that if we stop, I'm hoping they'll keep some of those sirens there, because if people all of a sudden can't get their little warning on their cell phone, or all the old people like my dad that's 80 years old who doesn't use one, nobody will even know. So no, it might be great for the industry, for the public in those areas not to hear those constant reminders that, hey, we got a nuke plant here. Yeah, I think it's a bad idea, and I sure hope there's some physically kept available and working, because there's been plenty of times where they find out they're not working. I'm so disgusted with this industry. Y'all want to make more and more nuclear waste. You talk about assets. Where are the detractors? Like our nuke plants, we have their spent fuel pools have been re-racked to hold more and more waste. How many more are we going to get out and put into overpacks where it's going to be safer in case we have a drain down, an earthquake, where we have a leak, and a fire? If we have a fire in one of those pools, it's going to be catastrophic. This industry needs to get serious with safety, get better with the containers and canisters we want to use. You know, they're still trying to find a temporary parking lot style waste dump somewhere, some town or city that'll take it. And then we're going to have to build all that infrastructure to take the waste somewhere temporarily? Really? What are we doing for our children, our grandchildren? There's got to be a better solution, and it's not nuclear. That's all I have to say. Thank you.